Hallo miteinander, wir sind da gerade in Solothurn, in Kopfmel. Und zwar spielen da am Abend Milburn. Wir reden gerade mal mit dem Joe und hören, was er zu sagen hat. Hi Joe, welcome in Switzerland.
How are you doing? You alright?
I'm good, and you?
Good.
You had a good day?
Bit tired. Spent the day in a van, sitting down, but it's okay.
Touring is hard, but a lot of fun, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, but mostly it's a lot of fun.
That's cool. So what are the biggest difference between Milburn 2006 and 2016?
That's a great question to start with. The biggest difference is the hair, the beard. In 2006, I think I was, 19 years old, and I couldn't grow a beard. So there's a lot more hair this time. Maybe a bit bigger bellies, perhaps. And I think we're just a bit more relaxed about the whole thing. We just enjoy the gigs. We enjoy being on tour and writing songs. It's just a bit more relaxed. No one's trying to rule the world.
Your comeback is a big success. Yes. Do you think you finally get the success you deserved?
Maybe a little, yeah. When we announced we were coming back in our hometown of Sheffield, we put on 4 gigs, and it was the best part of 10,000 people we played to, which was crazy. And then last summer we did a big open air, big field, that day festival on our own. So yeah, almost it's a bit like finally we're getting a bit of attention that we deserve.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So during your split you all had individual projects. And what made you come back?
The timing was right for everybody. Everybody was in Sheffield where we all live instead of in different cities. The other bands that we were working on had gone quiet, and it was just everyone was ready to do it. Everyone had nothing else to do, if that made sense. That sounds a bit negative, but it was just we were in the right place, I think, mentally as well.
Well, many bands try to have a comeback, and you did it very successfully.
Yeah.
What's the key?
Leave it 8 years or 10 years, I think. I don't know. We have a saying in England which is absence makes the heart grow fonder. I don't know if you've heard that before. And basically, if you like something, you might underappreciate it at the time, but if you don't have it anymore and it disappears, then you miss it. And I think that's what's happened with Milburn. People missed us a lot, and we left it for quite a while. And people could have forgotten about us, but because they liked us, they still remembered us and they wanted us to come back. So yeah, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Google it.
How has social media affected your career?
In a really positive way. I think the first time we were sort of dependent on management and record labels to get the message out, whereas this time I can just sit at home doing it and tell people about things. So particularly Twitter is big for us, and Instagram, Facebook, but it cuts out the middleman. We don't have to ask someone to tell people, we just do it ourselves, and it's cooler, it's a bit more punk, it's a bit more independent. So yeah, it's a massive part of the comeback, I'd say.
But you don't think it's a danger also?
In what way do you mean?
Well, music business and social media. Social media can be positive, of course. I mean, you can post your things, but people talk. For example, I don't know.
Well, it does get, I think, maybe in a way that if something goes wrong, like I've not got my CD, or I can't come to the gig, or at the gig someone punched me, I don't know. These things do happen. People come direct to the band, whereas I'm not responsible for getting CDs. So that we become like a point of contact, or like a customer service, phone line or something. And it's a bit too intense in that way, because we can't control everything. But it's worth the risk. It's worth the bad sides of it.
So some songs were written when you were 15. Do you still have a connection to that songs? Can you still perform that songs with the same feeling, energy?
Another good question, Mara. I think some of the songs on that first record were written when I was 14, and some we don't play anymore because we just can't bring ourselves to sing the bad lyrics or play in a certain way. But some, for example, Well, 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 the title of the album and the album opening track, that means a lot to us because, I don't know, it just still seems to be mature. We don't feel embarrassed playing it. it still sounds good to us, and it gets people moving and dancing, which is difficult for an indie band because everyone just wants to, in England anyway, everyone just wants to bounce and go crazy. It's quite nice for people to like move with a bit of rhythm. So well, yeah, and a couple more. Like we always end the gig on with a song called "What You Could Have Won," and normally in England anyway, the place goes crazy. So that's always nice. But yeah, there is some that we just don't play anymore.
So you have been called a band's band. Can you explain me why?
I think what people mean by that is a lot of other bands that came after us took a bit of influence from us because we were we've become a kind of cult band, whereas we've never achieved mainstream success. But bands growing up learning their instruments would often learn Milburn songs or talk about us, but we'd never get loads of press coverage or TV shows. And I think that's what that means. It's a bit more underground, and not a lot of people know about us, but real musicians and real bands do, which is quite nice, really.
And what's your biggest influence?
Well, I know this is a really, really boring answer, and I do apologise, Switzerland, but it's got to be the Beatles. I'm sorry. I know everyone will say this, and some people are like, how dare you? But we were watching a documentary last night, actually, on the way over, and they were just the best thing ever.
So, which artist will be remembered in 100 years? Well, from today, like, for example, Justin Bieber, or whatever. Who do you think it will be?
Apart from Milburn, I don't know. I think obviously the Beatles, David Bowie, Prince, all the big. We used to love Prince. I was lucky enough to get to see him before he died. But in terms of bands, I don't know. Like from where we're from, maybe like in England, like the Libertines and the Coral. Obviously the Arctic Monkeys. But yeah, all the big ones, I suppose. All the big ones.
And can we expect another album in the next 10 years?
Oh, I'd hope so in 10 years. But you never know. I think getting this last record out was important for us, and then I think we just need to leave it and let people get used to it and get into it. But maybe a couple of years' time we might think about doing a new one. I don't know.
So if you could be one person for one day, who would you be, why, and what would you do? It's my favorite question.
I would be probably Lionel Messi, the footballer. Why? Because he's probably the greatest footballer ever, apart from Pele and Maradona, maybe. And he's just got a new contract which he earns €2 per second, I think, something ridiculous like that. I mean, I wouldn't do it for the money. I just like to have his talent and play in Barcelona and live in Barcelona. So yeah, Messi.
Thank you so much for all your answers. Is there something you want to say to your Swiss fans, the Swiss viewers of Musig Pub TV?
Yeah, just thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking around. I know we disappeared for a while, and it's just amazing that we can come back 8 years later and meet you people for the first time, really. So yeah, stick around. Maybe another 8 years we'll have some more music for you. Cheers.
I'm ready to go. did it come to be so? The first time, won't take me outside the moonlight. Questions of feeling I found for you tonight.
Hey, what's up? It's Steel Panther right here. Don't miss us on the next episode of Musig Pub TV. Steel Panther exclusive interview backstage right here in Zurich.
I'm Lexi Fox.
And I'm Michael. Hi. Oh, I thought you were over there. Should we do it again? What happened? Bye.
Hallo, hier ist Falk von Powerwolf und ihr schaut im Musig Pub TV und ein geiler Sender. Zieht ihn euch rein.
Hallo miteinander! Sind ihr selber Musiker oder kennt eine coole Band, die bald in die Schweiz kommt? Dann geht auf musigpub.tv und schickt uns eure Bewerbung oder Anmeldung und ihr könnt schon bald da bei uns in der Show sein.
And sound action.
Wir haben sie eigentlich nicht mehr in unsere Sendung nehmen, aber sie haben uns angebettelt, dass sie wieder zum Musig Pub TV kommen. Steel Panther, welcome back to our show.
It's good to be here. My name is Michael Starr, and this is my cohort in rock and roll crime, Lexi Fox.
Thank you, Michael. That was a great introduction.
Thank you. Lexi Fox is looking really good. He just had his lips done.
Thank you.
Right before we got here, and had him injected with some Juvederm so they get plumpy and look really pretty.
Thank you for that.
I took a beauty nap, which kind of takes a little bit of age off your face.
Yep.
If you sleep for a half an hour a day, you'll look 10 years younger in 30 years.
You should have told me that before because I could have used something.
Well, you look pretty good. How old are you? 40?
Yeah, exactly 40. That's good. Good guess.
Yeah, I'm good at guessing ages.
So let's talk about your last record. It's called Lower the Bar. When I heard the record title, I asked myself, how much lower can you go?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's kind of a repetitive statement, I guess, right? Because we do tend to lower the bar on occasion. Actually, a lot of occasions.
Yeah, a lot
right?
of occasions we actually do.
But
So little people can reach it. So we go into certain places because they're thirsty too.
Lower the Bar is your fourth record right now. So isn't it time already for like the best of, the full Christmas album, and the super duper live CD, used condom, worn penny collection and thing?
Well, we were thinking about doing a compilation of songs that we all write ourselves. So Lexi would have his own record called Lexi Fox.
You know, that Kiss did that a long time ago. Remember, they each had their faces on their albums. Maybe something like that. We're thinking.
So which one do you think would be the most successful then? Of the four?
I would have to say that I think mine would probably be the most successful, unless they have me sing on theirs.
Let's talk serious now. What I read on the internet is some people actually call you guys a joke.
Yeah.
And let's just sit that for a moment. So people call you a joke. What is your punchline?
Well, I don't know what the punchline would be to that statement. I find ourselves to have fun and be funny. I think it's really fun for people to Here's another thing. People hate us. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it.
No. But that's cool because who wants to be in the middle? You got to be loved or hated. I mean, because if you're in the middle, then nobody knows who the fuck you are.
So talking about money, anyway, you had a lot of guest stars on the first record, and now on
I don't
this.
know if you know this, but we had Justin Bieber as a guest star on Lower the Bar.
Oh, really?
We took him off.
Another question: you got a video clip out for the song "Wasted Too Much Time" with the Stone Sour guys. What bet did these guys lost to be humiliated to be in the video?
They actually were excited to collaborate with us for once, because we've been trying to collaborate for years, but their label and their people that they work with just didn't. It's kind of like this kind of fit, you know. Didn't see it as a good fit for them to be with us.
Slipknot, like when he was doing, because Corey does in another band called Slipknot. I don't know if you know that. Where he wears a mask. That's probably what you probably don't know. They all wear masks, so you don't really know who they're real people. But he's in another band and that tours a lot. I guess they're successful over here in Europe.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're really successful.
They are.
Someplace in the world.
I've been to a lot of Steel Panther shows in the past over here in Switzerland, and one thing I recognize is the girls here. They look really pretty, but they're a little bit shy about showing off their boobs. Why is that?
We had the same situation in Stuttgart last night in Germany.
That's right. Yeah, shy.
But after a while, I think after the alcohol starts flowing, it's Friday night too, right?
Tonight's Friday, yeah.
It's different on Fridays. Like Thursday nights or Tuesday nights, people are in their mind are still thinking, oh, work, and you know. But Friday, you think, fuck work, fucking show my tits.
Party fucking
She'll
hardy.
probably show her boobs.
These days, everyone talks about this hashtag #MeToo, all that stuff. Probably you heard about that. What is your Kevin Spacey experience?
Well, when I was younger, my this next door neighbor molested me. He took me down to the train tracks and he fucking molested me. And I thought, God, I was so confused because it felt great. And I didn't know if that's why I was drawn to House of Cards and Kevin Spacey. But, and that movie Bed of Roses, is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. American Beauty, that's what it was. Yeah, and I was like, damn, this guy is definitely sucking some dick. And turns out he was.
So you guys are a four-piece band. If I would want to join you guys to become the fifth Panther,
You'd have to pay.
that's easy. That's as easy as it is.
Yeah, you pay.
How much?
Well, to do one tour with us would probably cost you, what's your money called here?
Swiss francs.
It would probably cost you 185,000 Swiss francs.
That's cheap.
Play a 2-week tour with us, and you could play rhythm guitar.
Wow, like as a full member with all the benefits?
No, well, the benefits are you get to play with us and you pay us.
Last question already. A lot of artists are dying recently, as you probably know. So with the Steel Panther guys, you aren't in your 20s anymore. Which one do you think is the last man standing in the band?
Well, I'm the oldest guy in the band, so
Doesn't mean you have to die first.
That doesn't mean
it doesn't mean I have to die first.
my odds go up a little bit because I never look when I'm crossing the street. Ever. I don't like to do it. I like to just go and get there to the other side as fast as I can. So that brings my risk up a lot more than maybe St. Michael, who will look to his left and right, you know?
He's a jaywalker.
Yeah.
You know what that is? Jaywalker is a guy who illegally crosses the street without waiting for the lights. So they're called a jaywalker in the States, and it's an addiction.
It is.
It's a JW addiction, and he continuously crosses streets without looking both ways.
Thanks for the time for this interview. Now you can say something to your Swiss fenders into this camera.
I'd like to say thank you so much for your support, buying our new record, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did making it. Because, I don't know, I think this new record, we're growing into who Steel Panther is going to become, and just keep on enjoying it because we're going to rock it.
Keep on trucking.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.